So I said to you the other day that the last day of the fun and games is actually going to be a day of theater where most of us will be the audience for most of the day, and then each of us will have a chance to get up and act out. And what we're going to be acting out is our not self. We're going to get up. We'll know each other by that time. We'll be laughing at each other and at ourselves now for 5.5 days, and just to really give ourselves the opportunity to go, okay, I'm really quite ridiculous, and I want to do this in large part so that when people leave, they can leave with delight, both in the correctness of their mechanics as well as in how endearing we are in what we've been trying to be our whole lives, because we're never going to get rid of our not self. It's the companion for life. So I have us doing not self skits, so people can bring costume things or little props and whatnot, and the not self is especially seen in transference from motivation. So my motivation, for example, is called fear. It's the number one. It's get to the bottom of things. It's handle it. It's be strong. It's step into what's going on. And so I spent a lot of my life in transference, which is be the 4, which is called need, which we can call needy. And, people who have known me for a long time know I haven't had my own home. I haven't had a home for about 15 years now. And I've spent, the first 10 of them in a high state of neediness a lot of the times when, something would fall through or the prices of tickets would go up and I hadn't bought my ticket, and I would call my friends. I'm quite tribal when I get needy, so I don't like go in my room and hide. I call my friends to connect, and I mean, I would whine, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't know. I just but what if, and then and happily, I have some really good friends who put up with this behavior for a long time in me, and I didn't know any better, and it's embarrassing to think about. And I remember one example, especially. I've had very little money a lot of the time in the last 15 years as well, and I had a job for a while in Sedona at this wonderful cafe that I'd worked at, and I'd saved some money, and I was in New York, and I can be very frugal when I need to be because I haven't much. And I had like $2,000, and I was in New York, and it was in this little envelope, and I couldn't find it. And it was all the money I had. And that was a fortune to me right then. And I couldn't find it. And I looked everywhere. And I started panicking and shaking and freaking out. And I thought, I need to call someone. I need help, right? Which is also transference. The needs other people. But I really need help at this point. And I thought, most of the people that I could call will commiserate with me, and I will go down. I will just lose my shit. I will, if anyone who's like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. If I heard any of those words, I knew that it would not help me. I had, enough awareness about it. And I thought, I'm going to call Chris. Chris is a friend of mine in Hawaii, and he also has the motivation of fear. And I thought, Chris will just get real with me. And I called him, and he did. He did not commiserate with me at all. And his voice was not stern, but just very boom, boom. He goes, well, where's the last place you saw it? Imagine it in your hand. What did you do with it? Like, he just got really down to the bottom of it and the brass tacks of it. And I found it.
Oh my God, awesome. I'm so glad. I was getting worried.
That's the kind of thing, luckily at that moment I had enough awareness built up in my process of seeing my transference that I knew I was in transference, which is the first step, is to see it. and to know that I actually required getting back to my motivation, and how to do that was for someone else who I could resonate with on that quality of being. So that kind of thing, whatever comes up in the fun and games. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun, and I think we're going to laugh till our cheeks ache and our belly's going to work out. And also some feelings might come up for people when they take a look at some tenderness that they go, oh, I've been doing this my whole life, and I see that it's never worked. And so I'm going to have space for people who have tenderness, and that we can offer what we have, some support, some encouragement, a safe space, just a safe space to be held, where some people don't want to talk things through. I tend to be someone who processes. I want to process. I like that shit. Some people don't. They just want to be whatever they are and not have to talk about it, not have to go into it, and not have to hash things through. And so whoever someone is and whatever is going on, there's space for that.
Yeah. Beautiful. I cannot wait.
Thanks, Martina.
Thanks,
You
Tiara.
ask me questions and I start talking. Okay, I'm stopping now.